All right, there we go. We're up, we're live, we're streaming, sound is working, all that fun stuff. All right, so this is I think this is session 122. I think 121 was our finale last week,
I think so.
which is, and at some point along the way, I lost track of the session, so it might be 130 for all I know. Since I,
It's been 121 total, so this would be 122.
oh, excellent. I'm glad somebody keeps notes because the game master certainly doesn't.
I didn't
I
keep
mean,
track
let
of the
me
number
check
of
my
sessions.
notes and I'll let you know if he's right.
I didn't keep track, but at some point when I had nothing to do one day, I counted my notes and how many sessions. So that's the only reason I know how many there is now.
See, that's the thing with you and Anita both playing. I don't have to keep notes.
You know what? Each campaign is different. I've played a D&D game with friends and I have taken almost no notes, and people are shocked, like, but you're playing a wizard. I was like, yeah, I'm a wizard that doesn't care about this shit. I just want to accumulate magic and blow stuff up.
Yeah, my my D&D character. I'm playing a barbarian,
Oh,
and I have maybe 2 sentences per game,
that is two more than I take with my character,
and
Anita.
it's just what did we fight? Who did I kill? That's it.
Yep.
Alrighty. So last session you guys defeated Jakuz with some hot potato of the demon slaying sword. I think everybody got a poke at him at one point or another, which was pretty cool. I like the way you guys like kind of tag teamed him.
Lost the sword. Grab the sword when one person can't use it.
Yes, thankfully, because I lost it early. I got one swing, and then I was,
Done.
yep.
Alrighty, so we're gonna start off. Jakuz is dead. That means the curse upon the island, if it ever actually was a curse, is gone. People are free to leave the island now, and those who die no longer have their soul consumed by an evil demon. So you guys are free to do whatever you like. So we're just kind of go around, and people can decide like how their character ends up. Like it could be months from the end, it could be years from the end. In Trustius's case, it could be at the end of time when the heat death of the universe happens. But we'll see where everybody ends up. If anybody would like to go first, feel free.
I think some people actually have notes.
I jotted some ideas, but
I have notes on things as they happen. Think Desi plans ahead.
I need to.
I'll go first then.
Maybe.
So Trestus is super easy, right? This isn't the first time that Jakuz has risen by lore, by our understanding. The first time he showed up, the gems, the elves that we used to make the sword were the ones responsible to bind him. So I see Trestius as the first of the next set of elves. Right, in the 10,000 years or whatever it takes for Jakuz to wake up again, he's going to be the one of the elves that are getting the party together to stop the next invasion, I guess. So he's likely staying here, right?
Staying here and keeping an eye on things.
Yeah, I would think so. Like it makes the most sense that, like, all the other party members will be dead and gone before Jakuz even realizes what the hell happened to him. Just from a timeline perspective. So, like, even Legend would be forgotten, right? So it makes sense, I think, for Trestius would be, like, he can't go to civilization. He's too dangerous to anyone around him. So I think he would stay, like, at this site, with access to hell. Access to that mana stream, and just make sure that the world is ready for the next time Jakku stirs.
Cool. Does he like wander the lands, or does he just stay in the city, just gradually watching time pass as he waits?
I think he just stays there. I'm sure the island would react to him because he's like Darth Vader sitting in a fucking city, right? He probably has adventures try to kill him every once in a while, probably, right? Um, but he wouldn't be benevolent, that word, friendly.
Benevolent?
Benevolent.
He is so not that he can't even pronounce it.
That's right. It burns his tongue when he tries to say.
It's a
His story was
or
always
something every time he says it. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, Justice's story was always his. He wasn't relearning his magic as he got XP. He was losing control as he got XP, right?
Yeah.
So he's just a nuclear bomb that's sitting on this island, and the only good thing he can do is deal with Chagoos. So I think he would exclude himself from society for the most part. There's probably over the years there'd be cultists or something for him. Because he'd be there forever, right? It's thousands of years between Jakku showing up.
Yes. So he just watches it and waits for the day. And then he goes like, I knew it.
Then it's time to collect new adventures.
Excellent. He's like a less kind Gandalf.
Right? Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
How does he end up a gem eventually? Or is that just thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of years in the future?
The good news is that he knows that collecting a bunch of elves together to bind him won't work, right? You have to kill him. And we have the weapon to kill him. Or had the weapon to kill him. We know the means. So who knows? Maybe he starts hunting fucking elves that show up.
So I kind of picture like if it was like an anime series, picture a montage where Trustius just like, sits on his throne in there is a wizard tower in the city. The sword across his lap, and then like a montage as everything changes in the background around him for like years and years and years and years and years. And then suddenly, like as the camera fades out on him, you just see him kind of look up and like smile a little bit because he knows it's time.
Does the Thanos thing.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. Who would like to go next?
I'll go.
Excellent.
Okay, so one thing I have absolutely positively decided for sure is Ryzen is staying on the island because even though he has the freedom to leave, he feels that here he is taken as less of a joke and more seriously, and he feels more important. So why would he leave and go back to some place where he would be treated like a piece of garbage and, like that again? That from there, despite his horrible flirting and innuendo with Desi, I decided he actually developed feelings for her and will try a romantic relationship with her. And if that works out, awesome. If it doesn't, he will settle into life in the village, running his bar, telling tall tales of the party's adventures and epic battles to save the island with varying levels of embellishment on any given night. But despite all of that, he still has a now more serious side where he considers the island to be his home, and because he has developed fighting skills, he considers himself to be one of its protectors. So he will look for other people to train, maybe develop a militia or a small army to defend the island. He will he will patrol the island looking for stuff he considers a threat with or without his new small army, ragtag group, whatever it is, and focus on that. If he's single, then maybe, who knows, if he's spurned the first time, maybe at some point he finds a halfling wife and he has kids until, he dies in his bed like a hobbit or something, and basically he will spend the rest of his life with doing that and just being a protector of the island and I don't know if he develops a king complex or he tries to become like a ruler, but even if he does, he'd be more of a benevolent type, always putting the island's safety and well-being first.
Excellent.
Which is quite the character growth from the selfish asshole.
Yeah,
That's good art.
absolutely. Yeah. I like the idea of staying here because he knows if he goes back, he'll go back to being, just another. Whereas here he is somebody. He's made himself somebody.
Yep. And as soon as I knew he was going to survive, and I was thinking about you saying epilogue, I thought first thing he is staying because he has no reason to go back to being a nobody. When at least here he's a somebody.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. And who would like to be next?
Where you settle on a plan, Desi?
I know what she's planning on doing, yeah.
Okay.
Desi is also staying on the island.
Well, guess nobody's leaving then. Maybe Coldy.
Who knows? Maybe Caldy will.
Because my plan started with following people around for a bit before they decide to leave, and then I have the follow-up. So I wanted to see what
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what Desi's doing. She'll continue working for Caldy until Caldy decides that he's leaving the island to continue making his fortune at a pleasantly younger age. Other than that, though, there are still places she hasn't been that she's heard of. Like somewhere, there's a town called... Where'd it go? There's a town called Perth that we heard about, and we never managed to go there. Where was Braca?
That's a good question.
It's a city in the north. She's going to try to find that too.
Is it the only square that we know of in the north? Like there's one square we know about.
Yes.
I think that's the one square that we've seen way up in the north.
That's where the elves are, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's going to basically keep an eye on things. Still carry around her badass swords and her orc shield, because it's a good way of scaring some people at least. But yeah, she's going to keep in touch with everyone. She'll consider our village of Eltham as home. She'll still live in the mayor's quarters in the room that she claimed for herself. And once, if Caldy decides he's going back to the mainland, then she will escort him and collect her final payments. Wish him well. Probably give him something to take with him of hers. Definitely not the shield, though. But some small thing that she's picked up along the way. She will undoubtedly keep stopping in at that Jakuz's old stronghold every time she is up in that direction, just to check, to make sure everything's fine. Probably check on Trustius for sure. She'll politely ignore or not take seriously any advances that Ryzen makes. She is going to go back up to the three witches that we met, the sisters, and see if she can get something up there. But if that doesn't work out, she will, and even if it does work out, she's still going to keep wandering, because there's a lot of the island she hasn't seen. A lot of places she's heard of that we just never made it to. She'll probably stop in at the Dwarven fortress every now and then just to see how they are. I was so confused. I'm like, why is everything on the map showing now?
Well, I turned off the filter so you can see just how big the map actually was.
Well, I could kind of see before, like the faint outlines, but yeah, there's a whole lot of map that she hasn't seen, and she plans to see all of it.
Perfect.
And if Okatai is willing to go with her, she will gladly welcome his company because she's seen how he fights and kind of likes it.
Won't let you go alone. You might get killed.
Appreciate that, because
it's dangerous out there. Here, take this.
I might trip in a stream or something.
We need a healer.
Need someone to make sure I don't drown in a bathtub.
She dies in like ankle deep water. To save her.
Yeah, maybe I should take someone with me.
Perfect. All right. I guess an important question for Desi is how does Desi's story end? Does she die of old age in her bed? Does she succumb to wounds the battlefield? Does she trip and fall and drown in the stream?
I prefer that she didn't. I don't think she's fucking beard bandits. It'll be the squirrel. No. Fucking squirrel. No.
Her story just ends with her walking and suddenly she hears a cheer and there's just eye contact and it's killed to death. We don't know who it is.
The fucking squirrel. I think she would probably, if something doesn't kill her along the way, and hopefully it won't if she has a healer coming with her, then she'll probably live the last years of her life in Eldham, and her last act will be to be taken back up to the stronghold that Jacuz was in, and she'll die there.
Does she stay dead?
Well, she did say that you could revive her.
That's a question for Trustius, I guess.
That's really up to Trustius.
Well, Trustius did promise that he wouldn't animate anyone without express permission.
She gave it.
So, absolutely, she would be.
After she's dead, she doesn't really know.
She'd be next to the throne for a while anyway.
Sure. Right. Why not have a big, scary fighter beside you?
Right. I guess that takes us to Okatai.
I waited a bit because I wanted to know who left and who was staying. That changed a bit my plan. Okatai has nowhere to go back to. He lost his clan on the mainland, and his first reaction was to raise an army against the Empire, and he was defeated. So he has nothing to go back to, and too much Empire to fight over there. So he was planning to stay on the island for a while. He has made that known. He would accompany any member of the group on different adventure and quests, spend some time in Helm, making sure the village runs around, making sure we have a trade routes with the Death Knight so that they're not left alone. And if Desi wants to see the island, I also want to see the island. I don't know if the priestess we killed in Jakku's tower was Jakku's girlfriend. We did not manage to kill in the sorceress tower. But if it was not, Okatai considered this a loose end that he must one day try to get his hand on, find a way to defeat that sorceress. Okatai was very young when this adventure started, so he's not that old. He's gonna grow old through the exploration of this island. Probably at some point gonna try to go recruit the tribes of Wolfkin that we've met, so that he has some more people to follow us around as we roam the island. But as the ages pile on, he will at some point realize that some of the warning that Tresius gave him about the return of Jakuz and he's gonna try to hunt down something elusive that he missed. The sirens that we cross, to try to get the dagger from them, so that he can make a lie out of the fact that he was told that he would not be there to try to fight Jakku when he's back, and use that dagger to come back in whatever time there is to try to help Trestis when Jakku comes back, or to fight the girlfriend so that she doesn't bring Jakku back. So the dagger that asks you to eat flesh to get the age of the people you steal,
Yep.
You'll probably start doing that after Dizzy is gone.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. I don't think she'd take that very well.
I mean, it's not cannibalism because I'm not human, but you know.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, just as a...
I don't want to think that you're going to trip me into a stream.
Yep.
Just because you're peckish.
I like the duality of Trestis and Okatai, where there's always two versions of the same thing. We became Hunter at the same time, and magic were opposed, so I want it to end in the mirror.
So when Jakku finally shows up, like hundreds of years down the road, it's like, aha! And Tressis says they're waiting, and Okatai has somehow managed to retain his age, and Desi's probably a Death Knight. He's like, fuck.
Oh, you fucker again.
You guys again.
Let's go get Ryzen.
Just like,
Bring him up, bring him over.
We'll Tress is like,
party started.
Where's he buried again? Let's go. I'm getting the band back together.
Who are we digging up?
Verizon.
You!
Why?
In 1,000 years, when Jakku comes back, we'll need you.
Okay.
Getting the back together.
You're gonna turn me into a zombie skeleton thing for the next time Jakku comes back?
Yeah, remember all those off-color jokes you made on my expense? Motherfucker?
What happened to consent?
Who's got the shovel now?
I just grown consent.
I assume when you raise him up, you'll be able to quip again. So you won't escape it. Somehow, his will is strong.
Jokes aside, Justice wouldn't animate Ryzen without permission, of course.
Yeah. He's an ethical necromancer.
He tries really hard.
All right. So that brings us to the conclusion of this relatively epic campaign. Any questions or thoughts about Forbidden Lands in general, or the game, or things that never got resolved? Looks like you explored. I would estimate probably about 20% of the map.
Wow. I was going to say about that, yeah.
How much of the rest of the map was planned?
Oh, none.
You're assuming that any of the map was planned.
We don't plan Forbidden Lands.
I assume it was not, but sometime there might have been some things that we were one day maybe.
The only thing that was planned was there was like a kind of industrial steampunkish goblin city.
Yes, we met that guy.
Right here on this island in the middle. That's where the balloonist was from.
Beer bandit and
yeah.
Those were planned.
The beer bandits were just a random encounter. And then there was like an elvish stronghold far to the north as well.
Braca.
Yeah.
Well, let's travel for a couple of years as he will roll the random table until that map is full.
Eventually we'll find it. And there's some place called Perth. I have no idea where it is, but somebody mentioned it. And north of here, wherever we happened to be back then, and I don't remember where.
Yeah.
Is that this one here?
That's that one right there that you guys were so close to numerous times.
We kept going around it,
yeah.
I think. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my little vial of meadow up to that guy who makes the cookies, and I'm going to see what we can figure out.
She dies from a cookie addiction. That's how she dies.
I get taken down by gingerbread men.
Yeah.
I would have paid to see the attack of gingerbread men on the city.
She dies from a heart attack from too many cookies going, "Don't look at me."
How much of the people we called for help to fight Jakuz did show up?
Most of them. You guys made some strong allies. I mean, it was touch and go there for a second just because the number of troops in this city vastly outnumbered the number of people outside. But because you guys beelined for Jakuz, once you defeated him, his armies kind of fell apart. So there were losses, but it's not like it was a rout or anything.
Does the dragon go back to Ravenloft?
The dragon does not exist in either place. The dragon exists on his own plane.
Oh.
He is essentially a godlike figure.
So we can't ask him to stay to help protect the island.
No.
Okay.
Was the Jakuz girlfriend still somewhere?
Yes.
So my hunt for her is justified.
Yes.
I feel like that might be the thing that bring him back again.
Yep. She is still out there someplace.
So, Desi, we need to get stronger because we got our ass whooped when we try to fight her. So
that was a weird place.
Oh,
I did not like that at all. Her being a creepy, weird kid was.
Let's try to find our beach house and kick her ass. Just give me a second. I'll be back.
Yep.
The only character I can really remember who was interesting that we really didn't interact with after we met her was the sorceress in a stagecoach who was looking for her sister.
Yes.
Oh, that was a note you made?
One of them. One of the three.
The only thing he wrote down were the name of other magic users that he could eventually raid.
Yes,
steal their magic.
She was an extremely powerful necromancer.
Yeah, I think that's why we were quite happy to see the tail end of her stagecoach way back when.
Yep. Yeah, if you had tracked her down at some point or whatever, she would have had things that you could have done, and then it would have been one more force you could have called on for the final assault. But yeah, there's a fan-made supplement for Forbidden Lands called Reforged Power, which is phenomenal. It's actually 2 books, like a player's guide and a game master guide, that are each a couple of 100 pages. All fan-made, and I believe at one point it was free. I don't know if it still is or not. But they add in some like extra ranks for spells and extra ranks for talents and all of that sort of stuff.
Nice.
So some of the non-standard magic you guys encountered was from that book. Some of the more powerful spells are from that book. So if anybody's watching this and you play Forbidden Lands, I highly recommend Reforged Power. I think it's available on Drive-Thru RPG. But yes, I mean, the way the game works, a staggering amount of the stuff that you guys found was like random encounters that just got expanded upon.
I mean, that's Free League anyway, right?
Yeah. Like the witches weren't a random encounter; they are an actual encounter from one of the adventure books they put out.
I'm back.
But the baker was a random encounter. The
Death Knights.
No, the Death Knights was actually a tweaked version. There's an adventure from Matt Colville called the Delian Tomb. It's designed to be like a teach people D&D adventure. It's like a 5-room dungeon. I was like, yeah, let's put some Death Knights in that and see how it goes.
Terrifying.
I honestly love the fact that we could just talk with them.
I had thought about making that like an actual fight, but then I'm like, you know what? It would be cool if the Death Knights were like, hey, like let's talk here.
I know that Desi was terribly worried when it's like, wait, we're leaving Cully here, and we're gonna escort someone. Okay, yep, that's gonna work out well.
My plan, in all honesty, was to separate them at that point, deal with one separate from the others.
Yeah.
Like,
See,
But then they were kind of nice, so
It started making sense and being kind of nice. So like, I don't feel the need to stab them.
yeah.
So
Hey.
let's see where it goes. And it made the basis for, hey, we could actually make trade with some people on this island. Like, Eldem is not alone.
it was also at that point, I kind of looked at the stats for the Death Knights and said like, at that point I still have faith in my dice rolls, and I'm like, this might be really bad.
So, what point in the campaign did you lose faith in your dice rolls? Do you have a specific encounter or session?
That dragon, probably.
Yeah, there was the dragon fight, because the dragon had like 12 armor. I'm like, no successes on the armor. Oh, 13 dice on the attack? No successes on the attack. What sealed it is when you guys were fighting Strahd and he had armor of 12, which gets doubled for using wooden arrows, which is a smart move. I mean, vampire. So 24 dice, and I rolled 0 successes, and then I rolled 2 successes. So 2 successes out of 48 dice. I'm like, that's it.
That's it. I don't care anymore.
On the other hand, those fucking beer bandits.
Those beer bandits are legit like the most dangerous thing you guys faced.
The swarm
were.
of End. The swarm of End was something.
Those were creepy. Yeah, Desi will
I was gonna
probably.
say, for me, also the crocodile or the alligator.
Oh
Yeah.
God,
But that was
we were really.
that was
Yeah.
like 2 adventures in, 3 adventures in. Like that was early on.
Well,
Very
okay.
early on. But yeah,
Well,
they were scary at the time.
Even if you didn't roll shit, you managed to make me fear for my life a lot of time. So
Yeah. Well, I think that's the thing with the system. Like even when your game master does roll like crap, the fact that hit points, for lack of a better term, your health, your damage soak is so limited.
Yep.
And it's so tied to how hard you can retaliate.
Yes.
Like every time Desi's strength started dropping, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like you can take away my empathy, take away my wits, take away, my agility. Okay, I can handle that. Start taking away my strength, and I'm like, shit. I need to put more points into Berserker.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's why like later Free League games, like Twilight 2000 and Alien and The Walking Dead, they divorce damage from your attributes, because they realize that the early stuff, Mutant Year Zero and Forbidden Lands, that's often overly punishing.
I liked it, to be honest.
I
Like
like
as a
it too. I
mechanic,
agree.
the more I get hurt, the less effective I'm going to be fighting back, because I'm in a lot of pain and I'm injured, and it made sense.
Yeah.
I dreaded every time it happened, but it made sense, and I liked it as a mechanic.
it made the role of healer feel more useful.
Absolutely necessary.
Yeah, because you're not just like patching up some hit points. You're legit getting somebody into fighting shape again.
Because sorry. Okatai was able to dish some good damage, but oftentimes healing was a better option. Like I was not like I could kill people, but
Those
healing
harpoons
people. Oh yeah, the harpoon.
the harpoons were brutal.
I love the poisonous tree we found like second or third game that I carried for the whole game.
Yeah.
That makes for a real fun build, though, when you have like every round, Okadai would be like, I have 3 things I need to do. I have to triage and figure out what to do with the one action I have.
So
Yeah.
even if dealing damage was a good option, healing felt important and necessary. It really made the healer valuable, so I felt I don't know how to say that in English, but useful.
Just like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really like the builds. The builds worked out really good for everybody. And there's a pile of RP. Like this was, I would say this is the best game we played since I've been on Crucible.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, part of it is the length for sure.
The game lasted long enough. I'm gonna steal something from Anita, but the game lasted long enough for the character to talk to me. She said once that some characters talk to her and some don't.
Yeah.
And it's get easier to play some character because they speak to you. We played this game long enough for Okutai to be familiar to me. Like I knew how he would react to things.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I mean, part of it is like because it wasn't like it's not an adventure path. It's not like when we're playing Kingmaker or when we're playing Quest for the Frozen Flame, where there's a story you're trying to get to. I mean, towards the end there was, but a large part of it was you just wandering around the island, which inherently just gives you more time to role play out things.
Yep.
And that's a good point. Like I could feel that in the campaign. The moment we went, okay, now we're doing this. You could feel the RP, like the interpersonal conflicts, because we had a pile of those, which were great with this group. That stopped, and the quest started. The AP started, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Finding a balance between those two things is important.
Yeah, and it's hard to do in some games.
I didn't go hunting mermaid because we had something we needed to do. But it's made on my to-do list, like for after the game.
I like the fact that the characters had enough personality that was revealed often enough through the role play that when something affected us mentally, emotionally, other characters could tell.
Yes.
And that's sometimes that kind of gets lost in a role-playing game because people are more interested in dice. But I'm here for the role play, so.
I mean, the session that I think at 3 revealed to us what would go bad if we failed. We all had like individual vision of the world if after Jakku's won and or particular failure. People reacted very differently to that vision. I remember that game as one of our good one, emotionally speaking.
Or how cocky Trustees would get when you had a lot of willpower.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun to play that up. Yeah.
I
don't think any.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go for it.
I always liked it when people like did things that were out of character up to that point. Like when, like the first time when Ryzen kind of showed some concern for somebody, or the first time Caldy did something even slightly brave. Right, like it like as a game master, I mean, I kind of knew those things were there, suspected those things were there, but to see them actually come out in game when they've been a certain way.
For sure.
I realized at some point playing the character that Okadai was not a druid of nature, he was a druid of the pack. Like, there's a lot of things you would let slide because it's the pack doing something, it's the group doing something. He was protecting nature in some form, but his main goal was the order of the pack.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris played a bunch of time on that.
So any other kind of final thoughts as we kind of put this to bed?
Did everybody find out everybody's dark secret and pride?
I lost my pride many a time through the campaign. And I tried to change a bit how I interacted with the world as my pride grew less about being unstoppable and surviving towards surviving. But I'm not sure of everybody's pride, and your dark secret, I'm not exactly sure. So we could do a round of that.
Yeah.
I can remember what my pride and dark secret were, so I had to just look it up now. So my pride was, no matter how bad the situation, I always find a way to see tomorrow. And my dark secret was, people think I'm funny, but they don't know how much I actually hate them as I roast them. Can I actually roast them one of these days?
Wow.
I'm just
Something
picturing
roasting
Ryzen.
on an open fire.
I'm just picturing Ryzen now at the inn. What's cooking?
Oh,
Ooh,
Where's Colby?
who's cooking?
where's Colby? Well, remember, he did say meat's back on the menu a few times when we fought the orcs or whatever.
And we had a stern talk about that. No eating people.
We had a talk. That doesn't mean I listened.
Oh yeah, I mean, you heard my end of game
I
plan.
heard what you said. Did I hear what you said? Absolutely. Did I care? Absolutely not. Now eat your stew.
Trust the cook.
He's just helping you with that dagger thing. I'd like to think I played up Desi's pride, which is I don't take shit from assholes.
Yep.
Yeah, that came up the
yeah,
last
that's true.
session.
That's totally true. Totally.
I did. Held on to it till the very last session.
Yep.
Yeah, I would have guessed it was that or something to do with slavers.
Yeah, she wasn't too keen on them because they were assholes. Assholes gotta die. That's just how it is. Ignoring the fact, of course, that she is occasionally a bit of an asshole.
I assume your dark secret was tied to slavery or something terrible you did before.
Oh, it was definitely tied to something terrible she did before. Desi ended up on the island because she killed people. Desi was not a good person. Desi became a good person gradually between Trustius and Andra and Oktai and I don't know if I could say Caldi or Ryzen because it really depended on the day.
I mean, Caldi Ryzen give you a sense of humor.
They did help her with her sense of humor for sure, because she definitely didn't have one when she first got there. When she was a kid, she started killing people when she was a kid. She killed another child and lied about it and said it was an accident. It wasn't. But that's why she was always kind of a little weird about kids. Like, I don't think I want to be here. I don't think I want to talk to you. Nope, we're both better off if I just back away.
Just might kill a kid, eh?
Yeah, just might.
Does he have a little bit of a serial killer past?
Little bit. It was part of that whole she doesn't take shit from assholes, and that attitude started really young.
You'll make a great Death Knight, don't worry.
Excellent.
You'll fit right in. You can stop all these fucking adventurers from coming in here. They keep coming. Every year, every generation, there's a new set.
There's no treasure. Stop it.
No, you can't have my stuff. I gotta start putting pit traps up now.
That's how you become a dungeon master.
That's how it happens. I gotta get a Hydra, stick it in the corner. Maybe they won't get by that. I don't know.
Okatai will tame it for you. It'll be fine.
Yeah, now I have some time to tame strange stuff. I'm going to tame the worst beast I can find. I did get a griffin, though.
Tame the worst things you can find and then bring them to Trustius to guard his fortress.
Yep. I made friend with a ochre jelly. Is there any place we can run that?
Perfect. We'll keep the adventurers out.
There's I was about to say on the Ochre Jelly, there's a D&D adventure. I think it's an old one. I think it's like a BX adventure that I was reading, where a town has a black pudding in their dump, and that's what they throw all the garbage into.
Nice.
I vaguely remember that. It's an old one.
So what was Trustius' dark secret and pride?
His pride at the last tail end was that he was going to craft a weapon to kill Jakuz, which he did, or was part of course. But his dark secret was that he was influenced by something from the outer dark right from the get-go, which I assume Trevor or Chris used as Jakuz or something Jakuz adjacent.
Yes.
So he was always being manipulated. Well, not always. It only came up a few times, but every once in a while there'd be a little nudge where Trustius would go a weird direction and you guys would be like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
And that was why, because Jakuz was kind of playing him as a bit of a puppet.
Actually, it was less Jakuz and more somebody who wanted Jakuz gone. Remember when you guys were in Barovia and you found like the cracked open coffin?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that works.
That's your boss.
So you did what your boss wanted you to do. You killed Jakuz. Good job.
Let's prepare for the next.
We'll have a pizza party. Thank you very much.
Well,
We'll get Bryson to cook.
All right.
my dark secret, I think I mostly explained it before, but when I was young, I tried to lead a rebellion against the Empire, took all the younger people from my tribe, and did a big stupid plan, and got everybody killed.
Mm-hmm.
They killed my mount, the Empire, and sent me here, so I got banned by my tribe and branded as outcast and sent here. Oh yeah, I got a bunch of people killed because I was dumb and young.
I mean, that tracks.
Still
At
felt
least it was accidental.
I like took everyone and said, yeah, we can beat the Empire. Like 10 Wolfkin against the Empire. We're gonna be good. We can do this. My biggest flaw is being too hopeful, I guess.
What's your flaw?
Being too hopeful? Like
Oh, hopeful.
the
So you're
15
going
of
to say
us.
too humble.
Oh, absolutely not.
That's not. That would be Ryzen's biggest flaw. He'd say, "Yeah, I'm too humble." That's my biggest flaw.
Yeah, Ryzen's too humble.
Yeah,
Just ask her.
yeah, that's like Cully being too brave.
Yep.
And too handsome.
Cully's just way too heroic.
And too bright and everything.
I used to say in a LARP that my character's two biggest and best qualities were his humility and his modesty,
Yep.
and that statue should be erected to commemorate his humility and his modesty.
All right. So yeah, with that, we'll kind of put this to bed. I don't know if I would run Forbidden Lands again. Largely because I have hundreds of other games. But if I did, I think I would aim for shorter. I think after a certain point, the game mechanics kind of break.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
So I think it would work great for, like,
Short.
not necessarily short, but something like around like 30 to 35, 40-ish sessions. But a lot of that would depend on how much XP was given up per session as well.
Our game might have kind of broke a bit toward the end, but that's because everybody actually survived.
That is true. That is true.
And survived relatively unscathed. I mean, Cully's missing a couple of fingers and a toe, and I think the tip of an ear.
Honestly,
Yes,
that
he's got
game,
some wicked scars, which she just likes.
that game would have been very different without a magical healer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like we ate a lot of crits.
Yes, that's true.
We could, if we had to wait 2 weeks every time we took too much of a battle and were broken.
Or if Trustius had managed to, actually kill himself with one of his dozens and dozens of
I
magical
am
attacks.
shocked.
That Trustius lived?
Shocked that none of the really bad magical mishaps came up.
There's a reason we all wanted to be in a different zone when Trustius was doing magic.
Like, what's the worst that could have happened? Like, he immolated himself a bunch of times, but...
Remember that Trustius and Caldy did their magic different, or Trustius and Okatai did their magic different. Okatai would go, I need to spend 1 willpower to make this effect happen. And I will save cast it and use my book, and he would figure it all out. Trustius would go, I have 8 willpower, I'm spending 8 willpower.
Yep.
And we'll see what happens.
Every time I was forced to actually roll the dice, I was stressed. While Tricius was like, let's put 10 willpower in that bitch.
See what happens, boys. I was just playing up the sorcerer side of things, right? Like the uncontrolled magic side of things.
So yeah, the worst things, like all of the critical tables tend to, like, the higher you roll, the worse, obviously. So there is, on the magic mishap table, there is a chance of instant death. But the really bad one is the magician is sucked into another dimension and comes back like a month later as an evil NPC.
Sorry, what was that?
The basically a portal to hell opens up and the magic user gets sucked in and comes back a month later as an evil NPC.
That would have been horrible. I don't know if Desi would actually have been able to take a swing at Trustius.
So yeah, that
would have been awful.
That's probably the worst on the table. When we were playing, we were doing a thing where we had to collect all these artifacts. It's one of the published quests, the Raven's Purge adventure. And so you've got to collect these items, which I gleefully stole for the Elven Gems, by the way. But you have to collect all these things to put them into the crown to stop this evil guy from doing the evil thing. And our magic user was carrying 2 of the gems and rolled that and disappeared. And we're like, fuck.
Oh dear.
Like, this is gonna be bad.
I mean, Desi was terrified when Trustius got dropped.
My
was it that dropped him? Griffin?
Pterodactyl or something.
Yeah, I think it was a pterodactyl. Harpy? No, it wasn't a harpy. So
it was terrifying.
Yeah. My first Forbidden Lands character, I made a druid and I had to overcast a spell. Well, I didn't have to. I decided to. And automatic mishap, and then I rolled, roll on the horror table, and then I rolled on the horror table and maxed that out and had a heart attack and died.
Nice.
5 sessions.
Yeah, see, I just assumed that everyone was going to die, right? So when I was playing Trustius, it was like, it doesn't matter if he dies because he's going to anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't care what the rule says. I'm just going to YOLO it. And it just turned into the way the character played out, right? Because I was like, every 10 sessions we make a new tune. That's cool. Let's go.
Yep.
And we just kept living.
And we got attached. I started being way more careful when I got more attached to the character.
Mm-hmm.
But great game, Chris. This was by far, I think, the best one that we played.
I think so.
I told you I liked campaign that lasted a bit longer, and you took that to heart.
Yeah,
it's the longest game I've run in a long while.
I prefer longer games too. But
I know you told us that you preferred a bit shorter side of the game. So
I think the only non-LARP that I've played that was this good might have been our first Sentinels game.
Yeah, Sentinels was good too. I think that one played out pretty well.
I made you guys cry.
The difference with those games were the games that we collectively, like from GM to all the players, were focused as much on roleplay or more on roleplay than on the dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's my preference when it comes to games.
Right, when we look at... Sorry, I thought you were done. I'm really good at talking about it. I'm going to pause awkwardly and see if I can time it again.
It's our theme this week. Thank you. Fuck, now I've forgotten what I was going to say. Asshole. Yes, I'm in a couple of games where the dice are the focus, and I do not enjoy it nearly as much as when the role playing is the focus, which seems weird because I was playing someone whose big thing was that she got to swing a big ass sword, or a big axe. She liked the axe too. And like fighters, the stereotype for fighter players is that you're just there to swing your weapon and kill things, but no, it's the role play that happens in between that's the important stuff.
I mean, the fact that you kill people must have implication. So it's not because you play someone that kills that you're not into roleplay.
Mm-hmm.
I think the system has something to do with that too, though, right? When you look at, like, if you look at Quest for the Frozen Flame, it's the same group as this one, excluding we don't have Mark and we have Michael.
Mike, yeah.
Right. But the level of RP, the amount of RP, much different.
Yes.
I think the fact that there is always something coming, that we know it's like the next step of the AP we need to move forward. I think it has an impact on how we roleplay.
For sure. Definitely.
And the Pathfinder is, and Anita and I talked about this the other day. Pathfinder is so complicated that as soon as anything starts to be threatening, your brain just goes into mechanic mode, right?
I need a spreadsheet to play the next time. If I'm playing Pathfinder again in the future, anytime, I'm going to need like a flowchart, a spreadsheet.
I do like that we play it at lower levels. I do like it we play it at lower levels, so it's stay manageable.
Yeah. I don't know. Not for me, but that's because I'm not usually big on
it would be worth level 20.
Yeah. I'm not usually one for fantasy, but I love the hell out of this game.
Excellent. But with the discussion of roleplay and the mention of our Sentinels game and mechanics versus easier games, etc., we will do some brief discussion on what we plan to do next. We'd kind of opened up a discussion. Mark had mentioned that he'd like to play a Supers game, and I'm like, yeah, a Supers game would be fun. I mean, I definitely like something non-fantasy as a palate cleanser.
Please.
Yep. And Sentinel Comics RPG is an excellent superhero game for anybody who might be watching or listening. The company has had some issues related to tariffs and stuff like that. So unfortunately, the products are hard to find. But the game is amazing. I think you can probably still get the PDF. It is one of the only books in recent memory that I've actually bought the physical copy of. I mean, I love my PDFs, but it's a really nice physical book. But a couple of things for those of us that have played Sentinels before. We haven't played it. I think Tony checked and been like 6 years since his last Sentinels game, and I ran one with some of the other players maybe 3 years ago.
For the Star Trek Midsummer.
No, that was Marvel. No,
right.
I know you played and Jonathan played.
I played, yeah.
Tony played, yeah. So and that was, I want to say 3 years ago.
Probably, yeah.
So it's been a while since we played Sentinels, and it is a really good system. It is kind of narrative focused. It's got to share some DNA with the Cortex system. Exceptional character generation system. Like your character, you can go in with no idea, and by the time you're done, you will have a fully playable, mostly fully realized character, which is nice. But before we do any character making stuff, etc., we will kind of discuss what we'd like to do. My idea is to do Sentinel Comics works like kind of like 6 issues is a collection, kind of like you're writing for trade paperbacks. So at the very least, we will do like a 6-issue collection, and then we'll kind of see if we want to like do more with those characters, or if we want to play something else. We'll kind of play it by ear, but we'll do at the very least we'll do the 6-issue collection idea. We'll try to focus on some of the narrative aspects of things so that people do get the role play, and the dice mechanics are simple enough that we're not going to be going like, well, if I flank over here and then I step 5 feet, and Sentinels doesn't do any of that. It is quick and simple. I think one of the reasons I like is one of the principal designers, Cam Banks, worked on Cortex, and the Cortex system is really good for that sort of thing. My thought was to do something street level, something like Daredevil-ish. Not necessarily like dark and grim, not like brooding Dark Knight Returns type of thing, but something like Daredevil / Heroes of Hire. But if anybody else has, like, if somebody is like, I would really like to do like superhero space opera like Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, ultimately, whatever the group would like to do for a superheroes type of game, we'll discuss. I'll just open a notepad.
Personally cool with gritty street.
Sorry, you cut out.
Just get you back.
Sorry, we're just discussing what type of superhero game we want to do.
Oh yeah, I just lost like 15, 20 seconds.
Oh, okay.
I'm good with street level, honestly. I would play Sentinel at any level. I think last time we played, we were also street level, so I don't even know what it looks like in Ireland.
In theory.
In theory.
It kind of grew out of that as we went. We played a lot of sessions too, so.
Yeah.
Because it was what you ran 4 collections, 5 collections?
Oh no, I think it was
6,
7.
7. It was a lot of Sentinels. Like
it was a lot, because David was really fucked up by the end of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I came mid fucked up.
Does anybody not want to do street level Sentinels? Because I mean, Forbidden Lands is technically kind of gritty, so if somebody wanted to play something lighter, we can certainly entertain that notion.
I'm happy to do whatever the group wants to do.
Okay.
And Ryzen hasn't played before, so I'll vote whatever Ryzen wants.
Okay.
Mark.
He's not Ryzen anymore.
I'm going to play Ryzen as a superhero. Wait, what? I just did that, kind of.
I mean, I do have a game here someplace. I think it's Dream Park, where there's like different types of games that you can play, but you're always playing the same player who's playing a character in a virtual reality, like LARP type experience.
That's just weird.
So the player, the player makes a character who's a player playing another character in different games, and the intermediary player is the one who earns the XP.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird. It came out, I want to say like mid 80s, I think. I think it came out from Artel Saurian back when Cyberpunk 2020 was a thing. So anyway, I don't know what that was.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was me trying to load up Twitch on to see our session.
Oh.
And it decided it was going to automatically play something else. I'm like, that's no.
All right. So that being said, with the kind of a street level game, so I'm envisioning something like, you know, the Daredevil, Iron Fist, Cloak and Dagger, that sort of thing.
Netflix Defenders.
Netflix Defenders. Ironheart. Ironheart was really good.
I'm good with playing a character who's worried about how she's going to pay rent.
Perfect.
I might even play a female.
Ooh.
I know. Are you sitting down?
Thursdays are weird.
I know. It's always strange.
I guess the next question is, Sentinel Comics does have its own universe based off the card game. I know it fairly well, but do we want to use that, or do we want to make something of our own, or do we want to like cobble together like one version of the Marvel universe or the DC universe, or toss everything together? Does anybody have a preference for the actual like world setting?
I mean, if we're only planning on playing 6 games, then we might as well use the standard book setting.
I mean, as long as it feels comic booky, I don't mind which setting it is.
Oh, it definitely feels comic booky. The guys who made the card game are huge comic nerds. They actually have a podcast where they created Sentinel Comics as a fictional comic book company. And so the podcast goes into like the origins and the powers of all the heroes, and then like when they originated and culturally what was happening at the time in the world and the comic book industry to bring forward these characters, and what issue did this character first cross over with this character, and like they have an in-depth thing for a fictional comic book universe. It's probably insane.
Very cool.
All right.
Not having ever played, I don't have a preference. So.
Okay, perfect. So nobody's like Marvel all the way, or DC all the way, or Valiant Comics all the way.
Not DC.
Not DC.
The only one I would throw in would be you could use the Chosen Universe if you wanted to.
True.
Which?
Because we only used one city of it, right? So.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Let's bring in some of those characters. With that being said, within the Sentinels universe, the logical place to set a kind of street level, grittier game is a place called Rook City. Rook City is essentially Gotham. It is the dark, brooding, crime-infested underbelly of Society City. So I'm like, that works. I mean, I could set it in like New York, but New York is crawling with superheroes. So I did put together a PDF.
Set it in Canada.
I could set it in Canada, but
You should set it in Canada.
no, I can't.
Crucible Gaming. Why?
If I set a superhero game in Canada, then I'm going to want to use Alpha Flight. They get so little like love that I would feel obligated.
For Canadians, we should be playing a game set in Canada.
As long as we're not playing in the US, I'm willing to be in Rook City and something. I just don't want to be in the US.
We can.
Rook City, Saskatchewan. We can see the villains coming days at a time.
Roser, hold on.
Hold up there.
I gotta grab my bunny hug.
Hey, bud, what are you doing there? Stealing all the jewelry.
The most terrible people about Canadian stereotypes are Canadians.
That's right.
We still got some time. We got time to go for a double when they get here.
That's true. I mean, we can easily transpose Rook City to Canada. That's easy.
It's being like corner gas, but with superheroes.
Oh God.
That would not be street level. That'd be like trail level.
Trailer Park superhero.
Oh my God, you could make a whole game out of that.
Oh fuck.
It would be terrible. You could never stream it, but
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, we could.
wow. There goes our US viewer. Sorry.
The one US viewer.
Well, yeah. Well, we'll say that it'll be like in Ontario, so it'll basically be like the DC or the comic universe version of like Windsor, Detroit.
Okay.
I think that would work because then you can actually have like a kind of like cross-border stuff happening.
Sure.
Nice.
Or not, because none of us have a passport.
You're superheroes. You don't need passports. Passports are meaningless when you can teleport. Maybe.
I mean, maybe.
So that being the case, most of the background information for Rook City will work just fine. Basically, it started off as a kind of a river town and trade routes, Gothic industry, or Gothic architecture, filthy streets, putrid sewers. Sounds a lot like Windsor. Sorry, Windsor. But yeah, it's your basic, dark 90s comic book city. It's kind of bleak. It always rains. There's smog and desperation everywhere.
Everything's desaturated. Like no colors.
Yeah, there's no bright colors. All the heroes dress in gray. Yeah, exactly.
Or Sin City.
Exactly. That being the case, obviously street level game. Most of the villains that you deal with are going to be like crime lords and gangs and that sort of thing.
Be a lot of assassin or something, right?
Yeah, the gangs vying for territory. Hiring assassins against one another, innocent people kind of caught in the middle.
A ninja would be scary, right?
Yeah. If somebody like if you make a random character, if you end up with like a power suit, it's a power suit that you've like cobbled together, as opposed to like Stark Industries tech.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it.
Right. So with that, I think I made the PDF available. If not, I will post it later because most of the stuff is still relevant because I figured this was probably the way we were going to go. So 6 things to know about Rook City that way.
So the Batman slant, right? Early Batman.
Like early Batman / Daredevil sort of thing. Like the media in the city, the newspapers, the local radio, all that is controlled by the organization. If you guys are mucking about in their business, they are going to label you as dangerous vigilantes. That being said, that is not to say that you can't make your character somebody who thinks they're a hero and does everything they can to be portrayed as a hero. You don't have to be like depressed and pessimistic and, hanging out on rooftops in the rain and they're monologuing your life. You can be like, running around the city rescuing puppies and kittens out of trees and all that fun stuff. That's fine. Just know that how the general populace views you is going to be as a vigilante. The city's diseased. The city's dangerous. There's no infrastructure. There's urban decay. There's heavy pollution. There's no safety oversight in the industrial sector at all, which accounts for a large number of people developing superhuman abilities because none of the chemical factors are OSHA compliant.
Fuck lab safety. I want superpower.
Exactly. There may or may not be people that are actively trying to encourage accidents, so those things happen. Most of the people are desperate. Most of the people have a somewhat flexible morality when it comes to how am I going to buy groceries, how am I going to pay my power bill, how am I going to pay rent, how am I going to pay protection money to the gang. People in desperate situations will do desperate things. That does not mean that everybody is a bad guy.
Yeah, lots of people do terrible things because of necessity to survive.
Exactly. There are literal monsters in Rook City. There's a creature called Plague Rat, who is the result of one of the aforementioned industrial accidents. And there is a psycho killer named Strife. Strife is like if you gave the Joker Venom. The Bane drug, not the symbiote.
Oh, okay.
Still
Those
bad.
are different things.
Still bad. Not the same level of bad. Still bad.
Yeah. The most important thing about being a hero or a vigilante in this type of setting is that you guys should try to be symbols of hope for people. I mean, you can have a dark tragic origin where your parents were gunned down on the way out of the movie theater and you swear vengeance upon all criminals and everything like that. It's fine. The people of Rook City need hope. So ideally, that should play into what you do. These people are not going to be saved by the Punisher. The Punisher will make them safe, but he's not going to save them.
Yeah, a certain subset of people aspire to be the Punisher.
Right.
And they're not good people.
Exactly. The best characterization of the Punisher, I think, was when Garth Ennis wrote it. He says, the Punisher is a serial killer whose preferred victim is criminals.
Yeah, he's like Dexter, just with guns.
Yep.
Still a bad guy. But Batman, right? Like Batman Rises was all about giving a symbol, even though he's a brooding, terribly tragic fellow.
Exactly.
You can be gothic without being the bad guy. You cannot kill people without being the bad guy.
Exactly. All right. For anybody who likes to jot down notes, if you're interested in individuals that you may know that you may want to include in your character backstory or connections or anything of that nature. For villains, and I will post these to Discord, like I said. For main villains, there's a guy called the Chairman. Nobody knows exactly who he is, but he runs the organization. He is essentially the Kingpin before everybody knew that he was Fisk. There's the Operative, who is the Elektra analog. She is the Chairman's assassin and enforcer. There's Spite, who is a hulking, unhinged serial killer who likes to torment his victims. Plague Rat used to be human, but is now a diseased rat man monstrosity that lives in the sewers. Fright Train is a cybernetically implanted former mercenary or current mercenary, former soldier. And Ambuscade, who is a French mercenary and professional hunter, basically like Craven. Likes to hunt heroes and prove himself better. For potential allies, there's a guy named Mr. Fixer, who is a retired vigilante and a skilled martial artist. He's basically Stick. Expatriate. Or expatriate. She is she's like your Punisher type. There is Switchblade Jack, who used to be a vigilante, but it did not go well for him. So he retired and opened up a bar. There is a couple of honest cops. One of them is Detective Singh. She will turn a blind eye to what you do as long as you don't take it too far. And there's a guy named Setback. Setback is cheery and optimistic to the core. He likes to help. He likes to be included. But his superpower is that he is the unluckiest person on the planet. Until the situation's really dire, in which case he becomes the luckiest man alive.
It's a shitty power.
It's a really shitty power.
You know things have gone bad when things start going well.
Yeah. It is, if I remember correctly, it's actually a curse put on him by an ex-girlfriend.
Sorry, he always fails unless it's the certain situation.
It's not just that he always fails. Like, he is the unluckiest person alive. Like, he can't hold down a steady job because something goes wrong and he gets blamed and he gets fired. If he tries to collect EI, his identity ends up getting stolen and people cash the checks and he gets in trouble with the government. But then when things are at their absolute worst, his luck completely turns around. So yeah, if anybody wants to have him as a friend, feel free. He would probably really like that.
I'll be his worst friend. Like, the curse brought you to me, brought me to you. But hey, that's all you got.
Yeah. But yeah, so those are. If you want to drag those into your backstory or whatever, feel free. If you're just if you end up making a character as a martial artist, you can be like, oh, I trained with Mr. Fix-It. Just so it gives us some kind of common NPCs to hang on to. With that being said, does anybody else have any suggestions for things that we should include in the game, either on a kind of setting level, or do you want the situation? Do you guys want to start off where you guys already know one another? Are we gonna have to do the you all meet in a seedy dive bar?
I would like some character ties when we start. I don't care who or what kind, but I do want some character ties.
Yeah,
I would ideally like to.
Just so we don't start from scratch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done with starting from scratch.
And no spiders. Which is, a given, I know, because I'm in the game, so.
That's right.
Yeah.
So nobody play a mutant spider.
No.
I figured out a backstory I like for my characters, so I'm pretty flexible.
I don't have character to add to the roster of NPC because I don't know what I'm going to play yet. For the setting, I think it's fine. Probably have some ideas of characters or things that we might need for the city depending on the characters. Like, if I work somewhere, I'll probably suggest that we add it to the city, stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, if you work at the little the corner store, working the night shift or whatever, we'll definitely add that in.
Yeah,
because then it can get robbed.
Oh yeah,
of course.
Can't rob a location that doesn't exist.
I don't know what.
I could live in the apartment upstairs, and I'm getting completely hosed and have 2 roommates because I need to be able to pay the rent, even though it's.
I don't know what I'm gonna play, but I want to be the barista for Mr. Setback. I see him every day. Always gave him his coffee. I'm friendly, but something always goes wrong. Yeah, he always spills it, or the order is wrong, or something happened.
No,
I'm sorry, dude. I can make you another one if you want. Nah, it's gonna be fine.
His luck is so bad that he wouldn't spill it himself. He would spill it on the guy with the $3,000 Armani suit who happens to be allergic to the soy latte.
Oh yeah,
and is a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Of course he is. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna play, but I want to link with that guy. Like, I'm either his barista. I work at the pressing place where he brings me the suits of people he wronged that he needs to pay for the cleaning. Like, it's always different clothing, but he always bring more clothing to be cleaned. Something always happen.
Perfect.
Like, I don't know what it's gonna be, but I want to link with that guy. Like,
that's great. I love it.
All right. So I sent a link for making characters to the game. It is a really good character generator. We all of us except for Mark have gone through this at least once. I've made a dozen characters with it.
That's why I don't know what I'm going to play. I want to try it first.
Sorry?
I want to try character creation first. That's why I don't know what I'm going to play.
It's cool. It's practically a mini game. It's fun.
Yeah. So I sent a link to the Google Sheet in case people don't already have it. So you'll need to make your own copy.
Yeah,
I had an idea of a guy who cannot die but is otherwise unremarkable. But it doesn't mean he cannot get hurt or broken or anything. Just always come back. And He would be a great friend for the guy who's fucking unlucky. So like he can like kill me repeatedly by accident to show that the time is not right.
I think one of Setback's powers is that he does heal quickly.
I hope so.
I'd have to take a look. Like he's not in the book, but he is one of the playable characters in the card game. The card game, every single hero has their own deck of cards, so they all play completely different. It's a really, really good game. My personal favorite is Wraith, because she is the Batman analog. But if everybody has a copy of the spreadsheet...
I do.
You said you posted a link.
Yes, in the Discord, there should be a Sentinel Comics link.
Yeah, I'm in that.
Yeah, the chair. That's totally the tick.
Oh, Chairface.
Chairface Chippendale.
Yep. Tried to carve his name into the moon.
Is it?
Yeah, partially. He got up to what, Char or something?
Yeah.
Or Chai?
Oh man.
I love that show so much.
Yeah.
You talk about the chairman, so I thought about him.
My character concept made me think of the Midnight Bomber.
Oh,
Bombs at midnight.
The evil midnight bomber. What bombs at midnight?
Bomber.
What bombs at midnight? Yeah, baby, yeah.
I don't know if I still have it, but many years ago, I actually had the official Tick fan club kit. It was great. It came with the straw.
I gave you. Was that the one I gave you?
Yes, that's the one that you bought me.
Yeah.
Back when we were dating, I think.
Way back when. Yeah. There's still, I know there's at least one pin still in the house.
Yes. Alright, what's up here?
I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to have to leave, if we're still going to go to fireworks.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll need to go and check on that. But I'll...